I believe that music education is vitally important. I believe it's the fabric of our lives. It's all around us. It touches us at a very, very deep level. And it's always been my passion, not only to perform, but to teach and pass that on.
My favorite students are the hungry ones, the ones who are really wanting to soak everything up. So I'm always playing, teaching, and learning, hitting music from every angle.
When I was a kid, I was that kid that was always banging on pots and pans and stuff at my house. So my parents ended up buying me a drum set. I really started playing when I was about 15. I really started getting into music, and I just listened to the music and I imagined how cool it would be to be able to play. And I just wanted to rock out as hard as they did. And I'd play air guitar in my room. And I was just it'd be a lot cooler if I was holding a real guitar,
My name is Emily Cox, and here at Music Motive I teach violin and piano. I love to teach kids. Every one of them has a different way of grasping an idea.
I always look at it like it's kind of my job when I'm playing a gig somewhere. I look at the people out there and I go, okay, they're a little bit unengaged here. I'm going to try to reach them. And I love doing that with my students now. I bring in stuff and I try to do that. Hey, did you see it? Well, check this out.
Well, if I am, I'm crazy for you. My name is Caitlin Perry, and I teach voice, piano, and guitar, and I've been here at Music Motive for 2 years.
My name is Micah Grogg, and I'm the Bucket Buster leader and a teacher at Music Motive. It's really the kids that make it awesome. Just their joy for music and their joy for drumming is what it's all about.
Teaching has made me a better musician by keeping me on my toes and keeping me one step ahead of the student at all times.
The reason I started playing music is I wanted to take the sounds that I was hearing in my head and produce them in a way that others could hear them. I find that a lot with a lot of the children I work with and adults, that they have the same issue. They have music in their head and they just want to bring it out. I was a child that had good grades, but I bounced off the walls. They wanted to put me on a drug back then. It was called Ritalin. And instead, I was so thankful my parents chose drums. And it saved my life.
Music is probably one of the only endeavors in the world that doesn't involve competition necessarily. People always work together to play music. They don't necessarily work against each other like you would in a sport. Teaching them how to jam, yes. It's very important to know how to jam. I want to teach them songs that they want to play, and I want to teach them things that inspire them.
Being a teacher has made me a better musician, mainly by keeping me focused on what the important part of drumming is, because you're always trying to impart that to the student.
My name is Joe Payne. Being a teacher really helps solidify musical information in your brain because you have to explain it to somebody in several different ways.
This is so much a process of sharing what we do and passing it on. And being part of that process is really fulfilling.
My favorite thing about teaching, other than the aha moments that students have, is just building the relationship that I have with my students and incorporating their interests and their personality into the lessons. And when that happens, then they have fun with it and they're excited to come, and that's when it's the most enjoyable.
I'm teaching a grandmother who is keeping up with and really excelling alongside her granddaughter in the group class. Even though she giggles and struggles a few times, she eventually gets it. She looks like she's having a lot of fun.
My favorite part about teaching music is probably seeing the kids' reactions when they really get into it, when they really enjoy playing what they're playing. It's really nice to see a kid actually start getting involved with music and actually starting to develop their own taste.
What excites me about teaching is possibly inspiring the student to kind of discover their own voice.
My favorite thing about teaching is seeing students grow. Like, sometimes you start with someone that has no idea about music, and then you help them out, and just seeing them get better and actually enjoy it.
One of my favorite things about teaching is when you have a kid or adult or anyone that finally gets something that they've been working on, whether that's through an explanation or a bunch of practice or whatever it is, where they finally have an idea that they can play in a performance, with a band at a recital, something like that, and how fun that is to finally get it. It's an awesome thing when that finally clicks and things work.
The favorite experience, it should be, of any music teacher is the moment when you see a student finally get it. And they finally get something, and you see that rush that they have of, I got it, and the pride and the excitement and the nervousness, like, I did it.
All of us instructors say that it's great when you're teaching somebody and you can see that moment when a student really gets something.
I enjoy it. I like teaching a lot. It's great to see people flourish musically.
Watching them perform a song through for the first time and smiling at you, knowing they got it, giving them a high five right when they knock that particular piece out of the park, man, it just moves me. I just love that. It would make me tear up right now. But I love that type of thing. That's a big part of it. And passing on, knowing that you made a difference perhaps in their life, is huge.
Ask my students when they come in how their day's going, and I have one little student that comes in and just says, "Can we just sing now?"
To see them engage and, get into playing and enjoy the learning process it's just a really fun thing for me, and I hope to make it fun for them as well.
If you've got a child that somebody's saying is not like everybody else, they just might be an artist. And let them come here, bring them to me. I would love to work with them, because that'll be an opportunity. That's the way I look at it.
I want to do something so that every kid that wants to study music seriously, like take private lessons or even the classes in schools, has an opportunity. That is huge to me. We can make it happen.